We are here. Hi, Sethy. Sethy boy. How you doing, sugar? Sethy boy grew up with me, I think. Right, Sethy? Kind of, sort of. Oh my God. Sethy's a young man now, Sethy, you are how old now? And when you first found me, how old were you, if you remember? He's a young man now. It's crazy. Now it's no more PG-13, Sethy. It's all grown ups over here, stepping their pussies up. All the way up. Okay? Anyway, whatever. So, Topher, how was your week, baby? Anything new and exciting?
No, not really. Right now, I'm trying to figuring out why I have music. Oh, well, that's why. I also have this random ass music playing in my background. It's because your waiting to start shit on Discord just kicked on and obviously greeted me with a commercial.
Discord? Okay.
Yeah, because it's linked to YouTube. So when you finally went live on YouTube about 30 seconds ago, my eardrums were getting blown out.
Okay.
No, it was good. I've been dealing with California, San Bernardino County, because they want to send me tax bills for a property I no longer own. So I got that all sorted out today.
That's today. So the week has been good so far, right?
Oh yeah, it's been good. I'm over my ear infection. The antibiotics kicked its ass, so I'm good. I'm Gucci now.
That's great. That's awesome. And you're preparing for your kids, for the other two to come in tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
One comes in at 2:30 and the other one comes in at 9:30.
So cool. I'm so excited for you. I really am.
It's
Really
fun.
I bet it is going to be fun. Whole week. Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Hopefully I get to see you guys at some point before they leave.
I'll swing them. I'll swing them by.
Yona says, I'm quite dandy. I bet you are, sugar. I'm doing well, Sethy. How are you doing? 14, now he's 22.
Damn.
Oh my God, Sethy. And when you first found me, did you think, who's this old lady playing video games? And which was it the game I played, was it Alien? No, I think it was probably Far Cry. Was it Far Cry, baby? Or was it, I think it was Far Cry. Or Team Fortress, maybe? But did you think this is an old lady? What's she doing? But you followed me. It was so cute, huh?
Far Cry, he says.
Far Cry. See, I have a good memory. I remember you, baby. I remember you. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, adulting has kicked in officially, right? Kind of, sort of. Anyway, whatever. Imp is a new age punk good taste. Absolutely. Hold on. What do we got there, baby? Some 9-inch nails. Oh, 9-inch nails. Oh man. I hope Wolf is actually listening. So, Topher, your camera went out, I think, baby.
It did? Oh, wow. I don't know why.
That's horrible, baby. Fix it.
I'm working on it.
Oh, he's chaotic is half awake. Okay, baby. We'll be here hopefully for a few hours until you wake up. YouTube's still offline for me. Okay, we're on now on YouTube.
My camera is still on because I can still see myself on Discord.
Well, that's really interesting. There you are. So weird. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to start with you, Topher. What is your hot topic for today?
Well, I don't want to call it a hot topic, but it's kind of something interesting for all you all that like music. Okay, and it is when music went mobile with 8-track tapes. Recorded music first made its first step into greater mobility on September 15th, 1965. Can you believe that? In 1965 is when they finally started making it to where you can take music with you. The Ford Motor Company offered 8-track cartridge players as an option in all of their sports cars, Mustangs and Thunderbirds. So as well as luxury Lincoln vehicles. RCA Records soon began to releasing a catalog on 8-track to all the major labels to follow. So in 1965, only the top of the line cars got these clunky ass 8-tracks in there.
Wow.
And they started making, obviously, music. Over the next 2 years, auto companies started to offer the player as a factory installed option, and player for aftermarket installations was also introduced. So if you didn't have it, you can go to your local place, buy one, and slap it in your car. It became a feature also in many home systems at that point. The consumer 8-track was invented by Learjet Company, who also pioneered the private jet. I always found it interesting how a company that has absolutely nothing to do with something comes up with something so great that revolutionizes the industry. Think about it. These people were making jets, and all of a sudden they're coming out with an 8-track system. So the 8-track cartridge was obviously around quite a long time. In the early 70s, sales of the cartridge and player began to decline as cassettes were introduced as a car stereo.
Yeah.
So the funny part is, what do you think in the last recorded 8-track was, and when?
The last recorded 8-track? What year? I would guess probably in 1980, no, hold on. 1982.
By 1982, 8-tracks are no longer sold in retail stores, only available via mail order clubs. The last 8-track offered by a recording company, so the last actual cassette that you could buy, was Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits in 1988.
Really?
So I just find it interesting how, first off, how a Learjet company literally revolutionized the fact that you could take your music with you.
Yeah.
I remember being a little kid, and this is no shit, getting in my dad's car. They had a record player in his car that could take little 45s. You slip the little record in. Yeah, and I'm like, that made absolutely no sense, because the minute you hit a bump,
exactly.
That was it.
But they were trying, right?
Oh, they were trying. And it's just, I always find it interesting how places like Yamaha, who you really don't think is musical instruments, when you hear Yamaha, you think of, motorcycles. So it's kind of interesting how from 1965, 70, in the last 40 something years, 50 years, how we have gone from this clunky
it's amazing
thing.
It's amazing.
To literally everything is now digital music, and nobody gets paid for their shit anymore. So,
well,
it's the truth, though. I mean,
yeah.
So it's kind of funny how how the whole thing, like I said, the consumer 8-track was invented by Learjet. That's just, when I read that just kind of blew me away. So, despite its shortcoming, the 8-track nonetheless became popular with music consumers, and car players and having one became kind of a sign of being hip. You had an 8-track in your car, and you weren't restricted to listening to FM and AM. You were, a step above everybody else.
Yeah, it was a special time. And then cell phones. But that was actually out in the late 70s, I think. But it wasn't like as popular. Not cell phones, but like car phones.
Oh, I had a portable phone my boss gave it to me in 1985. It was the size of a shoebox, the big old white brick that you hung around your corner, around your neck. That thing was ugly and huge, but yeah.
Hi, Miss Luna. Welcome, baby. PGI Fly Day, baby. We're so fly. Don't we look fly? Does Sotoifa look fly? I like your shirt you got on there. You look real fly today.
Thank you.
Very
a
fly.
Asian thing.
Are we going to be graced with your face one day, Imp?
Very unlikely.
It's okay. I'm always trying to get you guys' face on the screen. And Imp, where do you get your name from, baby? What made you choose the word ImpJacob?
So actually, the name came from the kind of my little logo design. If you see me on Discord or on here sometimes, I was just drawing one day. And I put it together, and I was like, you know what? This could be who I am online now. And
really,
I'm like, what kind of name do I get from this? And I looked at it, and I was like, this is like an imp. This is like a creepy little demon guy. So that's what I was like. All right, that's me, ImpJacob.
I like that name. It always rung so well in my ears. ImpJacob. I just love it so much, and I like calling you Imp for short. I really do. It was a small version of a reel-to-reel, so they had to put 8 different tracks, different reels of tape within that cartridge until the cassette tape came out. Listen, talk about being cool. In the 80s, if you had a boombox, walking down the street, if you had your own portable radio, baby, you were cool AF. Cool AF.
God.
And
God,
then
the battery
your
prices alone.
yeah. And then if you have your Walkman, baby, listen, you cool as ish, okay? Oh my gosh, so much has changed, so much. And I'm so happy that I was around for a lot of those special moments in life,
12 D-cell batteries in the back of your radio, sitting there roller skating to music.
Yeah.
Batteries are dead in like an hour.
Stretching it, and opening up next time, and the acid from the batteries just leak through everything.
But those things are so expensive now if you try to buy one.
Jono says, this is such a wonderful gathering of younglings and old skittles and people from Philly. I love it. Yes, it really is. How do I remember that, Sethi? I just remember, baby. I don't know. Maybe because your name is so unique and you were so polite, so kind, and so friendly. And people that were good like that, I remember you. You know what I'm saying?
I find the the 8-track thing kind of interesting because I know that I still collect a lot of music in forms of like vinyl and cassettes.
Do you now?
And what blew my mind particularly is the fact that 8-tracks are not getting made anymore, because people still make cassettes, new cassettes for new music. And I mean, obviously vinyl has made a comeback, and so if you just the knowledge that, oh yeah, they don't make any more 8-tracks anymore. I'm like, really? No one? Not a single person?
Well, because things are more compact now, and that took up so much space. The 8-tracks, and I think we ain't about that life no more. We need things to be compact, and yeah. But that is an interesting thing, though. 8-tracks. Wow. I wonder if some cars still have 8-tracks. So those old school cars that they make look all pretty and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they make what looks like an 8-track player, but it's not really an 8-track player to keep the aesthetics alive.
Gotcha. 8-tracks are such a rare part of history. I agree. And to think that vinyls were almost a thing of the past, and they just resurged, and just it's no longer in the past. People are playing them now. That's pretty phenomenal, I think. Like, do we even still have those Reuter phones?
The rotary phones?
Yeah. Do people still use those?
I'm sure some places still have them, but that's the way you keep your kids from making crank calls. Put a rotary phone in, because none of them know how to use these things.
It's so funny.
But I mean, part of the record thing is also that the same people that enjoyed the music but didn't have money, we all have money now, so we can afford those things. So we're reliving our youth with the finances of our age. So I think that has a lot to do with it, is we just now have the money to buy all these cool things that we didn't have when we were 15, 16 years old.
Your camera went out again. What is happening? Why does this keep happening?
No,
I know. I don't know why that's happening.
It's okay. It's only got 8 minutes left, so don't stress.
Well, I had to add some more because you were long-winded with your hot topic. It happens. You gotta keep your eye on that clock, baby. Moving forward, though.
I actually have a rotary phone. I'm so sorry. I actually
you do?
have one.
Oh, great! I think they're phenomenal. But we haven't had a landline in almost 20 years. So I'm surprised people still have landlines. I mean, that's great. They're reliable, but I'm surprised people still have
migrated too, though. It's
they what now?
They're not what you think they are anymore.
I had
a landline in 29 Palms. But my landline was my regular ass phone number that I've had for 30 something years.
Yeah.
But it ran over internet. So it was a landline phone that got its reception from the internet. So it was kind of a hybrid of the two. So a lot of people still have landlines because for $2 more, I can get a landline on my internet service.
Okay, I thought when you said that the landlines are not like they used to be, as if that means for everyone. So it depends on the okay,
you can
right.
choose it, yeah. So sometimes you might still see an old school phone, but it may not be connected the old school way.
That part, okay. How was yours connected, Em? Excuse me.
Oh, I just have the phone. I don't. It's not connected to anything.
Oh, it's not connected.
I just have one.
Gotcha. It's so cute,
somebody breaks in, you can beat him to death with it.
Oh my God, the one we had when I was a kid was so, I feel it was made with metal. It was heavy as F, and yeah, you can beat somebody up with that.
I mean, the funny thing is, it's the one I have is actually new. Like it's a newly produced rotary phone. And I was like, what do you mean it's brand new? These things, no one uses these. But I'm the more I think about it, the more I was like, oh, you know what? There's probably people out there who just don't want to use cell phones.
Oh, absolutely.
Want to stick with landlines. So, makes sense to me after that.
I agree.
There are some grandparents out there with a VCR that's still flashing since 1980 that needs that rotary phone.
Man. All right. So, Imp, what's your hot topic or your thought for the day?
All right. So, my hot topic is this. British trip hop collective Massive Attack is the most recent in a line of artists to remove their music from Spotify. Some removing their music from streaming altogether. One of the bands that I personally enjoy, Godspeed You, Black Emperor, has removed their music from every streaming platform, in fact, with exception to things like Bandcamp and whatnot. And I was a little confused about that, so I went and looked into it more. And there are a lot of bands who have been removing their stuff from Spotify specifically because the CEO of Spotify apparently has invested in and is also a chairman for this company called Helsing, who develops software for military AI and military drones. And there's just this big what did I just say? Protest going on from all these different artists. Quite a lot of them from the UK, due to the worry or the concern that this AI is being used in places like Israel and Palestine, like conflicts like that. And I'm the part of this that kind of concerns me obviously in a different way than just the political way, that because no one I don't think should really be subscribing to people who contribute to war. But anyways, regardless of that, all these bands tend to be falling back on places like Bandcamp, where a lot of, I guess I would call it the independent music, quote unquote renaissance, I would say, has been happening. Like a lot of new, like relatively new artists have been really getting their start in the past decade or so off of Bandcamp, and now most of the attention and money is getting flooded to all these already popular artists whose entire collection is being placed on Bandcamp. And it makes me wonder, is that part of history where a lot of these independent artists are getting their recognition going to be stifled now because of this whole thing going on with Spotify and their CEO?
That's just some deep stuff you're talking about. I don't know, baby. I don't know. I mean, I thought that a lot of new indie artists, for the most part, were like doing their own thing on YouTube and on TikTok, that they don't have to go through these other parties. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. So I don't know what to add to that.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny because I'm so sorry. Because there are a lot of artists who are getting their who kind of are getting their start on YouTube and whatnot, but there is something to be said about the fact that on YouTube and places like that, you have to get so many
views and clicks from the
views
ads
and stuff like that to start getting enough, I guess, of a start to really advance your, like, what you can do and your I want to say your career, but also you kind of need, you know, that attention to get enough money to kind of push forward with your vision, I would say. Whereas Bandcamp allows you to, like, set up your own, you can, like, set up your own merch and all that kind of stuff. Like, you can do everything pretty in-house.
It's kind of like Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
that's
of the biggest
so
differences.
Cool.
You on places like YouTube Music, all these other places, the artist gets a 0.005 cents per song that's being played. That's it. Bandcamp is they get paid directly through PayPal. In other words, if you want to listen to that artist, you have to pay that artist to unlock his music. So 100% of the revenue goes to the artist, which works, I guess, if you have a niche group. But in the great scheme of things, if you are a very, very large artist, you're not going to have a lot of people doing it on Bandcamp.
But we're not talking about the large. Are we talking about the large artists though?
Well, that's the thing. It's the smaller artists that are transferring over to Bandcamp because they're making more. They can make more money on Bandcamp than they can ever on Spotify or anything else that pays them 0.5 cent per song.
Now, is it called Bandcamp, Imp?
Yeah, it's Bandcamp.
Okay, because he keeps saying, Chris says, stop saying Bandcamp. Thought that was the name of it.
It is, and I know a couple of things that are on Bandcamp. They have podcasts, a lot of podcasts on Bandcamp where you can pay for. But that's one of the biggest things. On Bandcamp, the artists get paid directly to their PayPal or Stripe accounts, with the platform only taking a 15 to 10% commission. So if you sell $100 worth of shit, they get $15. You get the other 85.
That's a lot of money.
Takes 24 to 48 hours. Well, if you don't have the bandwidth to do it yourself, or the IT geeks do run yourself a network, you're gonna have to pay somebody to do all this stuff.
Where did you put the flute for naughty? I never saw American Pie. Never. I heard a lot about it. Never appealed to me at all. Just like the traveling pants of the something, whatever you call it, that didn't appeal to me either. At all. Mean Girls, haven't watched that. Wolf has. Just didn't appeal to me.
Ooh, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and Mean Girls are a very step adjacent to American Pie.
Really? I don't know. I just know those are popular movies that everybody's like, I've seen it. Have you seen it? And I'm like, nope, have not seen it. Okay.
For what it's worth. Maybe one day I'll see him.
Oh, you never know. One time in Bandcamp, okay. Oh, he's so precious. Okay. All right, babies, we are done with Chit-Chat Session. I'm gonna go right on over to the reaction portion, but let me close the stream on YouTube right now. So to those of you who are watching on YouTube land, please, you guys need to get up over here. Get into it, okay? It's usually lit on Fridays. Nonetheless, even if you're not coming to request a song, you can just hang out with us for a little bit. We're going to end the stream here and continue the stream for the reaction portion of the show on Twitch. The link to my Twitch channel is in the description of the stream, so please join us, okay? If you're watching this on the upload, click the link in the description anyway. Follow so you can get notified when I do go live, okay? So, bye for now. Say bye, Sotofo. Say bye, Imp.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Oh.